So this is what that finish is going to look like, and it does look the same on the other side. And the little tab from the zipper should tuck underneath there. So you want that to be at least like an inch underneath there, and you know that this should be straight. All right, now we're going to add the other side to the cushion, and you have a couple of limits that you have to make, and that would be anything that's a 90-degree corner. And this is how we're going to make sure we got the 90-degree corner. This is the corner right here. It's a little hard, but there's the point of the corner. All right, now if I turn this up, if you can see the grain there, you can see the grain is not straight. So if I roll this out a little bit, I can see that the lines there are pretty straight.
Yep.
These two sides of the cushion border should be even. And when they are, you know that once you pinch this and get those even, you're at the corner. So now either with a piece of chalk, sometimes with a notch or a pencil, you need to make a mark there. Okay? I don't like to use a pencil because sometimes it might show through, but for the purpose for the video, you can see it better. So I'm going to mark the other side as well. Again, I'm lining that up so it's nice and straight, and I'm going to put a little mark there. I'm going to put a little smaller mark on this side. So that's my corner. Now normally you'd have them also in the back, but this cushion is curved in the back, so we're not going to have that. So now we're going to take the other side of the cushion, which we've already put the welting on. Again, we're going to sew it with this on the bottom. So we're going to flip it over. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that these match marks are in the right place. And I'm going to notch this a little bit, or ease this, so this will spread and lay a little flatter. So that'll spread nicer like that. Okay, so here's my 90-degree corner. Here's my little mark. And that is going to go right there. I'll try to get this, let me get it underneath the needle first, and then I'll try to show you where it goes. Okay. 90-degree corner, here's my mark. Okay? That's where the turn has to be. So I might, once I get it under there, sometimes I got to adjust this a little one way or the other. This time, fortunately, it just went right in there perfect. So I'm going to get my 1/2 inch. And again, I'm right on this mark here. And I'm going to start right there. I'm going to do this side. And I need to rethread the needle. And I'm going to do the other side first. I'm not going to sew the length. I'm just going to get the corners first to make sure that those spots are where they belong. After that, I go back and I'll finish out. Overran that a little bit, so I'll just open that up. Turn my 90 degrees. Come on. Turn and sew a little bit. So you need about 1 inch or so on each side of the where's it at? You gotta back up. This is where you're supposed to cut, start over, but we're not doing that. All right, so let's just go back to the beginning here so we know we got all the stitches isn't going to come out. All right, so we're going to sew this down to the mark. Make our turn. Needle in. And we're going to stop right there. So we got about 1 inch or so on each inch, 1.5 inches on each side of that little mark there. We're going to go to the other side. And we're going to do the same thing. That way I know that those two corners are going to be right where they're supposed to be. So that the corner of the cushion is nice and straight up and down. It's not all out of whack. So I'm going to get my fabric under there first. Check to see where my end is. I got to come down a little bit more. Okay, now I can make my turn. Again, I'm going to be right on that 1/2 inch mark. Now, this might be a little bit hard to see, but that stitch is a little bit over the line that I drew. So I'm going to lift up the foot and just bring that back a little bit and drop the needle right on the mark. That way I know I got what I want. Turn the corner, put a couple stitches in there. Now those two corners should be straight up and down, and if you look at the grain, if you pinch both of those and look at the grain is straight, so you know that they are where they're supposed to be. Now you just fill in the rest. So we'll go back to where we started. Or where we ended on this corner, and just follow this around. Now, if I did a good job when I sewed the two weltings on and didn't stretch anything, these two should match up good at the end. Yeah, and you can see I'm not stretching it or pulling it or trying to ease it in. It should all hopefully work out. And we're not going to tell you if it doesn't. No, I'm just kidding. But as you can see there, that's going to fit perfectly. If this was loose like this, then we'd know that something's not sewn quite right and we would have to take it apart and start over. So now we'll just fill this in. And I'm actually not going to stop at the corner. I'm just going to go around the corner and then finish it right out. Up to my little mark there that I had before. Around the corner. All right, now I'm getting up to the part where the zipper is. So what I want to look at is the grain on this piece so that I have it straight. That way I know that when I open this up, this line is going to be nice and 90 degrees to the zipper. Just going to open that up. Bring this down. And I'm just going to sew a little bit of that just to hold it there. This should be straight across right here, so I can line that up. Make sure that this is out to my 1/2 inch mark so you don't get a little bulge in the pocket there. And I'm just going to keep going. Now I'm getting to the end of the other mat of bobbin, so that didn't sew. All right, we're just gonna keep going even though there's no bobbin in there. You get the idea. All right, so here I'm gonna do the same thing where I make sure that this is at 90 degrees. Bring that across and just finish this right out, and as you can see, that will be perfecto as we get down to. Now some guys will start here and go that way to finish off to make sure that that's correct. And since we're out of bobbin, it's not staying where we need to, so we're going to stop right there.